Welcome to That Comic Smell podcast. Ho, ho, ho! With your hosts,
David Robertson,
Fernando Pons,
Giuseppe Labatino,
Mike Sadakat,
and Tom Stewart.
Just in case it's poison.
You know how to put a fucking do on, don't you? Oh, lovely, mate. Oh, this is probably the most Christmassy thing I'll have this Christmas. And I've got a family. Oh, it's nice, man.
oh, Christmas music and everything.
Oh, David, I've got to say, I started reading your comic. I've read about a third of it since, soon after I got it.
Right.
And that first story was just fucking brilliant, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
Really, I was feeling it.
Good.
Feeling it a lot. And then everything after that was shit. No,
at
kidding.
least the one story.
No,
was good.
honestly, I was like, fucking hell, that is really
It
good.
was a story I was
The
feeling.
pacing of it, the feeling of it,
Yeah,
Wonderful.
it was really good, mate, honestly.
thanks. Yeah.
Aye,
And I loved you as a kid.
Yeah, I tried to draw the excitement, the wee kids' excitement, you know, because I remember it.
aye.
Yeah, man, I really enjoyed that, I've got to say.
love
The feelings. Even though I missed out on some of that, because
Yeah,
I'd gone to Italy by then and I was missing out on the news, Star Wars news, between 86 and 90.
Yeah.
I was missing out on this news that you were giving out.
Well, it kind of died off a lot then.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Have you all seen?
Way! Oh, paper hats.
Oh, paper cut. Oh,
Hey!
I never win these things.
Alright.
Neither
You
did I.
did this time.
I know.
Two
I got
papers.
paper hats, so
There you are.
I had no joke in mind, so. Well, if there's a joke, let's second. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, go for it, Nando.
What is Andy Murray's favorite dish?
Summon service, tennis.
New balls.
Sadly, no. It's bangers and smash.
Oh, jeez.
Smash.
What do you call an elephant that flies?
Dumbo.
A jumbo jet.
Wow. Quality.
That's incredible.
What's that?
Hey!
Who wants to battle?
Oh yeah, just what I need, a fake tash.
I got a Santa
And the
jigsaw.
master of this.
You're good at that.
What do you call a penguin in the
Right.
desert?
Ooh.
Everyone's maybe.
Lost!
Yeah.
Oh, a paper clip.
Yeah, that's handy.
Oh god,
Yeah.
I didn't even get on
Yeah.
my nose.
Anybody?
No, I'll bring that to my lad. He might quite like that.
Go on.
There you
Oh.
go.
Go on.
Oh,
I'm gonna let you do it this time, okay?
you're gonna let me.
Aye, it's all yours
You
now.
know,
Okay?
I'm the odd one out, look.
That's even with you letting me.
That's the way I
I'm not quite sure how you were gonna
How
let
do
me.
you keep cool at a football match?
Dunno.
You stand next to a fan.
Oh my gosh. Is it that bad?
I'll go for it. What's ET short for?
Extra time.
Here it comes, here it is.
Early.
Because he's only got short legs.
Oh.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I think that's alright. That's alright. That's probably the best one.
Right. Feliz Navidad.
Yeah.
Merry
Yeah.
Christmas.
Buon Natale.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Hey. Yeah, all the best,
Right.
guys. It's been great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's getting better all the time.
I don't think I'll be able to pick up with my fucking knife.
Hands it.
With my fucking knife, is this it?
I always say that.
The fucking knife.
Yeah. Do you want a fork knife, Dad? Yeah, but don't swear. Come on, stop.
And they go,
I haven't even thought out what I'm doing for Christmas dinner yet. Have you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Are you doing most of it?
And then, the last few years, I just done a buffet.
Good idea.
Just prepare stuff.
So
Cold.
you can. Do you do
And
it
then-
on the 24th as well? The main thing or
On
not?
the 24th we do a nice meal at night, and then on the 25th brunch, and then I just do a buffet, and then it's cold stuff, and then I do warmer stuff in the oven. Something that's already prepared and just need to warm up. Happy days, pizza,
yeah.
burgers, rolls, a salad, just something that is everyone likes. You want to eat now, eat now. You want to eat later. You want to build your Lego, you go. You want to play video game, that's fine. It's
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah, the biggest.
The main thing is just be together.
Yeah, the main meal in Italy is on Christmas Eve.
They're in Spain.
Oh.
Spain is the same.
That's like Germany, where they open their presents on Christmas Eve instead of Christmas morning.
And to be honest, now that I think about it, makes more sense.
Yeah.
I don't know, it makes to me.
Well,
it
no,
makes
because
Christmas a wee bit
I'm
less,
facing the prospect of having to get up at fucking 6 or something on Christmas Day, which is not my idea of much fun on Christmas Day. Whereas I'd rather be having the big meal on the Christmas Eve and the fun then. The adults can get leathered if they want to get leathered or
Okay.
whatever.
You think you're
And then you can actually have a lie-in, a kind of lie-in on a Christmas
You-
morning,
you
even
don't-
though you've got kids wanting to open presents.
You don't
It's
think you're
8 o'clock is better than 6 o'clock. I mean, last year it was
Yeah,
half
but-
5 I was
but
up to
an
get the
important-
slow cooker on.
No, but you've got a very important thing is you don't think you're putting pressure on Santa. Santa usually prefers having Christmas Eve night to do all his
Yeah,
hard
but he can
work.
still do that because we'll be out of his way.
Don't
We'll be out of his way.
One less to do.
Yeah.
So I'm not-
Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And in my family, because my mom and my uncle both were born on Christmas Eve.
Right.
Different years. So it's always a big celebration.
It's better. Yeah,
It's always a
it
big.
makes even more sense,
So we
doesn't
always
it?
get together and it's always a big celebration. Normally a year we go to our uncle's house for 1 year or my mom's house.
My partner's sister was born on Boxing Day, so probably much like your mum and is it your uncle?
Yeah.
They probably only ever got one present, didn't they?
We always
This
try
is
to-
for your
we al-
birthday and Christmas.
We always try to make something bigger because
I know,
it's not fair. It's
Yeah.
not fair.
It isn't.
I
It
would
isn't.
select a
Yes.
day that's directly opposite, say like a day in June, and say you can have that as your special day. That way they don't feel as if they're left out.
That was lovely. Starter.
Oh, there's more.
Great. There's more starter.
Yeah, once it's finished, we'll.
Oh my god.
I put an email today that said to you, I hope you've not eaten.
Yeah, I saw that
Yeah.
at work. And I
That's
thought,
always-
okay, well, it's too late. I already, it's like 4:30 when I was in this email.
You've had your lunch.
I already had my bridie at lunchtime.
That would suit the lunch thing, so that was quite light.
There's 3 pieces left of tortilla.
I think 3 starters is enough for me. I'll stop.
Oh, I'll gladly have a piece if it's going.
And they were all very
It
nice.
needs to be heated, so.
Yeah.
What are you gonna call yourself when you make a book? You thought about that?
I would have put like bastard, but unfortunately
Oh,
that's been taken.
There's comic bastards.
Yeah, that's Japanese. You took the idea because Lemmy, when he started Motorhead, originally wanted the group to be called Bastard. So it would piss off the airwaves and the
What on then?
That's a good name.
But they refused. But the guy who started Bastard Comic was a big fan of Lemmy and heavy
Makes
metal in general, so he took that and
He said, "I'll do
used
it."
it. Yeah.
Bastard comics. You know, when I used to get comics in for the libraries, and I was always looking for things that the kids would like, as well, young kids, and that was a book thing, was it? And I thought that would be a good one. I can't remember what it was. It was someone Marvel or DC were doing, and it was something for younger kids.
No, like Little Gotham sort of thing.
Oh, I thought someone like that, yeah, in that vein. And it was, I thought, right, I'll get that. And so I was having another look at the cover, and on the back it said, "Great comic, blah blah for any ages, and then it said comicbastard.com, and I thought, well, I can't get this in and put it in. Just for that one thing, I couldn't have had that.
What if you got one of those wee sort of like stickers, like the ones that are
like
hardly
sometimes you
pull
put on
off,
records to cover
I could have, eh?
barcodes.
Could have covered it.
But then you need to check the whole book.
Yeah. And it would have went through a few hands before it
Got
reached
your
me.
subscription.
That's the problem, yeah.
Look us up on www.comicbastard.com.
I just thought that was inappropriate for this particular comic.
Is that true in your comic strip about the Dundee the archives?
Mm-hmm.
Dundee Uni having
Yeah.
comics that are
Yeah.
available to people?
Yeah.
Because I saw that review that someone did of yours,
That's right.
and he mentioned it as well. He was like, "Oh, fuck,
Yeah.
I didn't know that."
Yeah.
But most people don't know it. Do
Well,
they?
I didn't know it
Now I'll have to.
until
I'll
I
have to
got
go.
an email.
So
saying
what do you do? Do you go to the university? How would it work as a
the
as a
archives.
layman?
Yeah, it's in, you know that tower building
Yeah.
at the uni. If you went in there and asked at reception to go to the archives, it's down the stairs.
And they don't say, "Are you a student? What do you? Why?"
No,
And
it's-
you cannot take them out.
No,
No.
you can't take them out. You can look at them there.
Yeah, but can you take them out of the thingy there and look at them?
Yeah.
But you
So
can't
you
physically take them out of the
You
building.
can't.
Oh no, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. That was the purpose of them. I did that comic for them, and there was a few different comics about the archives.
Right.
And I said,
Because
"Oh,
you were saying, yeah, you were going like, fucking hell, they got some right
Well,
comics.
Well,
That's the thing,
I saw in
yeah.
the newspaper
yeah, Haley.
with New Gods #1.
Yes.
My
She
Jack
chose
Haley.
that. It was my comic that tipped her to that being in there and being a big deal. Because Haley edited the comic I did that for originally.
Someone who works at the archives.
She actually, she was doing like a internship.
So these people that worked at the archives that dealt with the comics, they didn't know actually what they had.
Yeah, they didn't know. But
Right.
Haley knows. So she
Right.
went in and said, I'll sort all this out.
Right,
And she was going through.
Right.
And she went, look at these. And it was like this massive box. And I was sitting there like I put in the comic. And I was like, oh, I went, fuck, it's going to be New Gods. And then I took it out, #1. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, I want to stick this up my shirt, you know?
That up your shirt, another one down your pants, one
Yeah.
down back. Yeah, definitely. There's at least room for 3 or
Last
4
little
in
bit of
there.
the bottle if anybody's wanting it.
Oh, I wouldn't mind. I'm
Yeah.
quite thirsty. Thank you.
Well, just help yourself still, as always.
Lovely.
Okay.
And yeah,
Much.
so then I was thinking, what will the comic be? And then I thought, that's what it'll be. Me looking through wanting to steal them all. Because that gets the point across that
the
they're
end of
good.
Yeah,
Plus I thought it was like fun.
yeah. I mean, how many have they got?
No, thousands, man.
Thousands of comics.
Yeah. They've got loads of stuff. Amazing.
God, maybe we're having a field day, weren't you, in there?
I didn't want to leave. I wanted to stay.
And anyone can go in there and go, I'd like to look at your comic archives.
Yeah, because I had to double check that.
We should go as a group. Oh no, the thing is, it's probably only open during the week, isn't it? Like Monday to Friday.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'll ask Kaylee.
Because it'd be quite a nice thing to do.
Those sprouts are looking tasty.
Go ahead.
How's he going to know if I pinch one?
It's not gonna know.
Because you're
We're going to look. No, look, I'm looking at that wall. There's that Jack.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, it's a nice place. Oh, I think there's a missing one there. What happened there?
There's definitely one missing from there. I'm sure there's definitely one that's out of place.
It's like a gap, you know.
I couldn't have swallowed
It's like
both.
tumbleweeds are sort of blowing
Yeah.
around that.
It's like, I thought it's a bit sprout heavy on this side.
That's uneven.
Are you sure it's just one that's gone missing, not four?
Just one. A little one. It's tasty.
Potatoes and the veggie pigs and blankets up at the top if you want to start filling your plates, and I'll come with the roasted veg and the pie in a minute.
I can't believe this guy.
It's
It's
like
like
yeah,
full on
it's just
Christmas
like
Day stuff.
it's just going the
Fucking
whole.
hell, I
I'm
know.
going to try some of these sprouts.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Let us know how good they are.
Mmm. Feeling nobody.
Tats and veggie pigs in blankets, he said.
It's a pie.
That is a pie. Fucking hell, that's a proper pie. That's like a cartoon pie, isn't it? That gets
it.
left on the
Horns.
windowsill to.
That's
Yeah,
what
but
pies
with
should look like.
Kelp
Whoa.
Dave did not eat any Brussels sprouts.
No, I noticed.
When we were looking.
I noticed he never ate any at all.
Fucking hell, Tom, you must have been at it all day.
I wasn't.
He was cooking something today as well.
Are you, are you cooking Christmas Day as well, or?
Well, I think I probably will. I really enjoyed myself doing this. It was fun.
That's good.
It is nice.
It's fun to eat.
That's the main thing.
I like eating, I don't like cooking.
I like
In
both.
fact, you must not get this, but see when I cook something and I'm finished, I sit and look at it and I'm kind of disgusted with it. And it could be the exact same food that somebody else would have made and they'd go, that's lovely. But the fact that I know
That is
everything,
weird.
it's bizarre, isn't it? I'm just appalled at it. It's like, for God's sake, it's all the time I've wasted.
Yeah, but why? I don't see why you wouldn't think of it the same as your comic and go, or do you think, like, oh,
But it's
look.
not the same.
But, at least it. But what
I know
about a
what you
fried egg? Or is that because that is short in time, you don't look at that?
It doesn't.
It doesn't register as a disgust.
No, it doesn't. There's certain things with that, you know.
Right.
I like the sizzle, you know, the egg goes in the it goes psh, and right away I like that noise. And you know, there's pleasure there.
Yeah.
But you're spending like an hour and a half cooking something.
You don't like that?
Ah, it just makes me like if I'd made this, every single thing that I did with every bit of food would be annoying me.
You'd be hitting
I
it with
can't
that hammer
explain
you
it.
got on your
I
comic.
used to like cooking, but just no. Now I just like eat.
Just eat, man.
Mm.
Just eat.
I never understood this Mariah Carey song's appeal.
I like Mariah Carey. I know when the appeal
yes,
is there.
I'm with you there. But this particular song, I never got it until I went to work in the high school library.
What superheroine would Mariah Carey be?
Why? Do you think she looks like him?
No, I just want to hear David's answer because he's always funny when he comes out with these.
That's pleasure. I want to be funny now.
Yeah. Not in a Joe Pesci way, but in a.
I'm trying to think. Super.
I've tried that joke twice now. It's been on people that haven't seen the film, so it turns out all bizarre and weird.
How
I have to
hell?
explain.
And then
In Power Girl, is Mariah? Well, not like Power
Well,
Girl.
depending on what she's wearing.
That'd be like Sam Fox, wouldn't it? Power Girl.
I don't know Power Girl, but I
Touch
remember
me.
Sam Fox.
Touch me. I want to feel your body.
You came in at the right moment.
Remember that?
I definitely
Yeah.
did.
sadly I do.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
So they played it at the library and what?
It would come on, and they all loved it. All these kids at the time, and it was infectious. The way they loved it, I just started to like it. I got just got
Just
it.
from there kind
They
of
were like, "Oh,
joy.
I love this one," you know.
Because it is kind of, you can jump about to it, can't they?
And she wrote it.
That okay, or you want to still out of the way?
That was surprised me when I
I think
learned
I
it.
would, yeah, I think I would have sorry.
Like this.
No,
See,
no,
there we
no,
go. That's the same reaction I
It's
had.
just a whoa.
Hey,
Fucking hell, that could have gone.
It's just a
up.
little bit big, that's all.
You pissed on that mulled wine.
Yes, she did.
All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's her song.
she wrote this, yeah. And when I heard it, I was like, I was like, what? No, that's
Is that a bit of a Mandela effect?
I'm like,
where I thought, I'm
that's-
sure I heard that in the
Everybody
80s.
I've ever spoke to is like, no, this is an old one. She's
Yeah.
covered, and then
Yeah,
everybody
it's
really
an old one
conscious-
that's good.
Yeah,
But
that's
she
what I
wrote
thought.
that song.
She wrote that song.
She
yeah.
wrote that song.
Oh yeah.
And then you think, yeah, well, who was it that did it originally? And there's nobody there. And it happened to me and every single person that's
So
worked
it's a
with
bit
it.
of a-
I
it's
thought it was a
like-
cover.
They call that a Mandela effect,
Yeah,
don't
they
they?
do.
What's that?
When everybody remembers something that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Ah.
Because everybody thought Mandela died years before he did.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't because
That song apparently was by
Because
Mariah
Bob Dylan.
Carey. All I Want for
This
It's
is-
just
I've seen
like
the
them
video
old
for this.
ones that then,
Brilliant.
you know, it sounded like something Slade would do, and then she covered it just
Yeah.
to make some cash.
Actually, now that you mention it, I do remember at the end of Nelson Mandela's prison spell that people were convinced he was dead.
Merry
Well,
Christmas.
officially he was still around.
What?
yours
Oh.
hasn't arrived, so you've only got a wee one, unfortunately.
What are you talking about?
Merry Christmas.
Oh, fucking hell, mate.
Paul.
Thank you, but...
Dude.
Oh, mate.
Merry
Oh,
Christmas.
this isn't fair, though. Well, it's not fair.
No, don't. No, no,
Thank
no.
you, Tom. That's ridiculous.
Oh, man. It ain't though, isn't it? It's like...
What's up?
Merry Christmas.
Oh, thank you.
What a guy. What a guy.
It is. Is that a VHS?
You've still got something to come. It didn't arrive, and I'm gutted because I ordered it over a week and a half ago, and it still hasn't arrived.
He could do.
And yet I ordered
This is
yours.
too
Oh, you've
far.
still got 2 to come as well.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Oh,
much.
mate, thank you.
There you go.
That's extremely kind of you.
It's,
Thank you.
Merry
Is
Christmas.
your
Good
mum
done.
in all the time?
Is your mum responsible for this?
What?
Okay.
Oh no, she works.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Oh, just
You want
so
to
I
break
can,
in here,
No, so I can give Tom a present.
No. You don't,
Oh,
you don't
mate.
give to receive.
Thank you.
That's it.
You don't give to receive. What a guy. Thank you very much, Tom.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Hey,
Oh,
Tom.
I'm sure.
I'll pop by the work at some point when it comes, but I'm gutted it never turned up
I'm
because
sure
I
your
ordered it in
boys
plenty
will,
of time and it never turned up.
Gee
I'm
whiz.
sure your
Thank
boys will
you.
want something for Christmas, so
You know,
Yeah.
I say, no, we've just got them. Tell you what, if you're ever going to get them anything,
yeah.
Squirrels.
empty big 2-litre bottles and empty cardboard boxes. Because I absolutely love them.
That's the
Really?
favourite.
Yeah, I absolutely love them. They'll just rip the boxes to shreds and I absolutely love it. That's all we've got them this year for Christmas. We've got out in the garage, we've just got reams and reams of boxes and bottles that they're just going to have an absolute great
Right.
time with. So there you go.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Tom.
Thank you very much, Tom.
Fucking hell.
It's alright. I
Yeah.
thought whilst we were taking a break, but
You deserve all this.
This is on.
Throw it in, Hannah.
you've each got
I know what that. I know what that one is.
you've each got something.
He's
and
like an
you've each got
enabler.
something.
You're a feeder, aren't you?
You've got something edible as well.
He's going all vegan
Edible,
and nice,
yeah.
looking after himself, and he's working me towards diabetes type 2. Thank you.
Well, it's not told you guys.
I just come in
Inside
one day with a
there,
big granulated
He's got
bag
a
of
big
sugar.
Barter's phone number for me.
Because I looked what because that stuff's made from caramelised sugar, most of it, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, that's why it tastes so
Has anyone here seen Spider-Man's film, the Spider-Verse?
No,
I'm
but
going
fair-
to see it.
No, but
I've
we're
heard
going to
it's
go
actually
see
going to
it.
be quite good.
I want to go and see it, and my kids want to go and watch as well, so I'm gonna go.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. Because my
Aquaman
kids
as
don't
well.
want to, but they're going.
Oh,
Why?
Yeah, you feel that?
Why? Do you think it's going to be good, or you've heard it's good? Or?
Because it's Christmas, and every Christmas that forces them to go to the cinema.
Yeah.
And they go, no, I'm not going, I'm not going.
Yes, you
You're
are.
going.
why
A
would
Spider
you want
Ham.
to go though?
The Spider-Ham is in it.
They're not really
So
interested
you're going.
in
Yeah.
Cinema.
going to the cinema.
Peter
Oh,
Parker.
right.
So they
Oh,
get
I thought they'd
forced.
quite like to just
Go
go
into
watch
watch
a
it.
When they
film.
come out and they've done it, I think they're sort of happy they did it. To me, it's a happy memory they can have in the future. But
Yeah.
now they hate it. But they'll
Yeah,
look
yeah.
back. Remember that
Yeah, they'll look
first
back and
film
go, oh,
cinema?
do you remember when?
yeah, that's always.
There'll be some films
That's the
better than
plan.
others.
Maybe they'll just hate me.
What have you subjected them
I
to
hate
in the
film.
past? What was it last year?
Well, I've always tried to do a Christmas film. So we went. What was it last year? I can't even remember. But I know we did one time go and see. There was one out called "Gotta Catch Santa Claus," and it was a British film. And I remember Warwick Davis was in it. It was set in a prison, and Santa got caught and put in jail in Britain. and
Is it good?
it was good. And
I might have to try and find
Warwick
it.
Davis was in it, and he was like the total hard nut that run the prison. He was a prisoner in there, and he was like doing the weights and all. And he was like, oh, I have tattoos and yeah, it's good.
How old were
Was
your
it
kids?
Broadbent? Jim Broadbent. You know,
Oh, yeah.
He was Santa Claus.
How old were your kids? I mean, was it some that then you regretted them watching, or was it all right for them?
No, I didn't regret it. No, it was a kids' film.
Oh, right.
Kids' Christmas film. Got to Catch Santa.
It's a shame that one that's on.
Got to catch Santa. I'll have to write that
I don't even think that's right because that was a cartoon.
But who is it? Jim.
I think it's Jim Broadbent. It's certainly Warwick Davis. He's definitely got a part in it, and he's funny because
Warwick Davis.
Warwick Davis.
Yeah, you know, Willow.
Willow who?
The
You know, seen the
no,
film,
the film
no?
Willow.
Warwick Davis played the main.
He's in loads of things.
He plays basically all the.
Is that Warwick like that, or is it double R?
It's got a W after the R.
Double
Yeah.
R.
It's like Warwick.
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 Alright, Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
He
so.
does all this, he does a lot of stuff with like Carl Pilkington and
Yeah.
Oh,
Ricky
right.
Gervais and stuff. The
Yeah.
small guy.
Yeah, life's too short.
Oh, him! Yeah, he's a funny
Yeah,
bastard.
Star
Yeah.
He was.
Life Too
Wicked.
Short was good,
He
yeah.
was Wicked, one of the Ewoks in the
Yeah.
Yeah,
When he was a
because
child.
they make a joke of that in Life's Too Short. That's
Yes.
basically, that was his
Yeah.
catapult, wasn't it? That,
Isn't he not the best part of The Last Jedi? Sorry to name that film, but Warwick Davis is in The Last Jedi, isn't he? He is, yeah.
Is he a
Yes,
robot in it?
No, he's actually human. You actually see him there.
Yeah,
and you
yes,
think
yeah.
Jim
He's in
Broadbent
the
as
casino.
well. It's funny
Solid.
because there's
Yeah.
another really good Christmas film with another really vertically challenged fella,
Solid.
even more vertically challenged than me. Bad Santa.
Bad Santa.
Oh, Bad Santa.
That's an absolute classic. Love that. I've not showed the kids that yet.
No. I saw Bad Santa 2 last year as well. That's not
Oh, you
too
caught
bad.
up with
It's
that?
not as good,
The
but
main has to be Elf.
right.
Will Ferrell.
Yeah,
I
Elf's
don't like
great.
that.
Has to
Oh, not even the bit where he's like firing the snowballs. That's
I think
he's throwing them.
Bad Santa 2 is
It's a love it's a love or hate thing with Will Ferrell with me, and I just
Oh,
Fair enough.
Christina. Do you know what I mean?
it's
I
Muppet
do know who
Christmas
you mean,
Carol
yeah.
for me.
Oh yeah, Michael Caine's greatest ever role, I think.
Muppet Christmas Carol. That's it for me. But it has to be on VHS
Uh-huh.
because
Bad picture and lines.
Oh, there's a scene
yeah, but
you
on-
mentioned.
there's
Yeah.
a whole scene missing from the DVD that makes
Yeah.
no sense if you cut it out. Because there's a song at the very end of the film that correlates back to a
To
whole
that
song
scene.
that they fucking cut
Why
out.
have to cut it out?
Why did it cut
Because they said it slowed it down too much and made it too soppy for the kids. And it was one of the
but you
favourite
liked
bits
it.
that I liked when I was younger.
Why did they change things, eh?
Never
George
skipped it in my
Lucas
primary
says-
school when they played it.
No.
Can't be slow for the kids.
So I've still got
It's
it
got to
on
be like
VHS.
that, like a bloody machine gun.
And the kids liked it.
Still got it on VHS. Still got the VHS
Ah.
player. That and Father Christmas.
Are you able to keep a dry eye when the bit with Tiny Tim?
Yeah, it's the song before it that I can't. The bit that they cut, I tears every time.
Aye. Well, with me it's more Tiny Tim. You know,
It's a shame,
That
but-
end that's
You know he's going to be alright. You know what I mean? So
Did get better.
yeah.
I don't know. It could be like the Roland Rat version. They'll bring Roland Rat up again,
Oh god.
where he temporarily changed, but because Reggie was ungrateful, Roland Rat just went back to being a miserable. His version of Scrooge went back to being miserable, and he's like, "That's it. I've had enough of you lot." Brian Blessed was in that.
Oh, well,
That was hilarious. All the ghosts appear
Do
at
you know-
once, and Roland says, "The rest of you can just clear off. Blessed, you'll cost the BBC a fortune, so you can stay." I saw there's a clip of him on. There's a clip of him on YouTube in Hamlet, where basically everyone says he owns everything there, and there's on the jokes they're saying stuff like Chuck Norris has nightmares about Brian Blessed. And,
That's right.
so if you need any negotiations, send in Brian Blessed. And someone else put in, because this is Hamlet, it's medieval, and they put in, they wrote in the comment section, everyone needed to be fitted to wear replica armour. Brian Blessed just turns up in his civvies and gets on with it. He's wearing chainmail.
Oh my gosh.
He's still wearing his Blackadder outfit.
Yeah.
Chiswick, fresh horses.
First horse.
He's, I think he's the oldest man to reach the North Pole. And that's something he did in his spare time. He frequently goes to the Himalayas. He's pretty much obsessed about finding the Yeti, but
Oh
Is
yeah.
he says he's seen it. He
I
says
didn't
he's seen
realise
it.
he was obsessed with that.
He's also obsessed with boxing, and he boxed with the Dalai Lama, who's also a keen boxing fan. Yes, the Dalai Lama is
Also
an
CIA
acquaintance.
asset.
Well, possibly, yeah. So he's done all sorts of stuff. Plus, he
What about
Plus he's
Shangri-La? Does he go looking for that in the
it
Himalayas or
wouldn't
not?
surprise me. He's like a clone of Professor Challenger. So one role he'd be really suited at that he hasn't played.
Oh my. Kunlun. He's gonna find Kunlun.
Are we ready for dessert?
I am.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
yeah.
You gonna manage?
Well, bring her across. I'm not
Try
gonna eat anything, but
a little bit.
See what happens. Oh.
With the
Oh man, you made that up. Why?
Oh,
Christ almighty.
oh, TCS. Look at that.
TCS.
Whoa.
There you go.
That comics.
Man.
Terms and conditions.
Terms and conditions.
Well, I thought it was Tom Stewart and your middle name
smell
began
that.
with C.
No, it's,
Cake smell.
it's that cockbag serpent. That's what it is.
Oh my goodness me.
Oh, mate, well in.
Drag on.
Thank you. This.
It is a.
To you, the honour. Go on, get some of it cut.
Oh.
I liked the addition. Who did the Fred egg on my face? I like it. I like it. I actually don't mind if that is me from now on in photos. If David doesn't
That was
mind.
a smiley face, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't mind that.
What if I did a caricature as a drawing? Would you want yours just
No,
to be a
because I
smiley
would
face?
dread to have a caricature. No, because caricatures can be quite good.
No, not like detailed one, just like simple line drawing as your favourite
Yes.
genre comic.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Yeah.
Ah. That's a mighty knife.
Well in, man. Well in.
That's what you cut your cake with.
I like it.
Think of Norman Bates while you're doing that. No, actually, don't think of Norman Bates
No,
while you're doing
yeah,
that.
exactly. Don't give him ideas.
Mother.
He already has plenty of them.
God, I watched the first season. You know that series they did, the remake.
Oh, they did that
Small
series,
Town.
didn't they?
God, it was rubbish.
Was it crap?
Yeah.
So,
I
I didn't
And there was a bit too
Yeah.
much kind of. It seemed like there was a bit of a mother son. Yeah.
He's got a brother in it, doesn't he?
Yeah. it
Rival.
was- I thought it was going to be good, and then it was like.
I said mother, I said mother, I said mother, I said mother. Ever listen to Derek and Clive?
No, but that does ring a bell.
I said mother, I said mother, I said mother. What did you say? I said mother, I said mother. I said mother, a mother. Goes on for about 3 minutes. I said mother, I said mother. Mother, I said mother.
And I've got a fucking clue.
Look at that, that's presentation is the key there.
Hey,
If you got that in a restaurant, you'd be well chuffed.
yeah. Like someone has
Oh,
just
you don't
vomited
know.
on the
Looks
board.
like your mate. Looks like your mate.
Merry Christmas!
Ah, I think
You want a
David's
knife?
lost
Or-
his food.
Andrew's had a go on it.
Oh,
Did
You
you use
don't
your
fancy
spoon?
no, it's okay. I might have a little bit of ice cream. That will be me after.
I must have done.
Honestly.
What did you say? I said mother, I said mother. What did you say? I said
What did you
mother.
say?
I said mother, mother, I said mother.
What do you say?
That other one.
Oh,
I nearly stabbed myself and got hot stuff all over me. Shit. That was an absolute knob jockey. Sorry.
It's alright.
None went on the floor though, I caught it all. I feel like I puked on myself.
The worrying thing is, because you're wearing red, we can't tell if you're like covered in blood at this moment.
Yeah, you're alright.
I recovered most of
You
it.
go. Yeah, you go. You did a good job there.
See if there's bits of Giuseppe on here.
Sorry, mate.
No, you got everything.
It didn't.
No, you did a good job.
Luckily, nothing went
Save
on the
it.
floor.
I see if I. Yeah.
I'm all wet and
Hanging away.
I'm hot.
warm. My thighs are warm.
Are you hot and bothered?
Yeah.
Hot and bothered.
Oh, so that's my slice.
Right, don't do it yourself now, okay? Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Teamwork.
That's why I'm
That's it.
two-handed.
Lovely. Presentation and service. Fantastic.
It looks like I got the best presentation piece in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you done the first cut, which normally is the messiest.
I know that's what I was expecting.
So,
The first cut is the deepest.
I don't want to have
Yes,
responsibility.
it is.
I just flopped mine back in like a classic cock.
Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
No.
I want to hear some of these questions.
Yeah.
I'm just.
We get
saying,
on to
like,
that,
I want to
yeah.
hear some of these questions
Where
because
can
I'm
you
really
buy
intrigued
porn?
to hear what they're saying.
Go.
well, no.
Go
My
for it.
son, he only made one question,
Oh, okay.
but I think it's interesting. And how does Superman fly?
Did you talk
Because
about
he knows that originally Superman, he actually leaped,
Just leaked, yeah.
jump. And how come suddenly he can fly? What is the science behind?
Wasn't it?
He's
that,
aware of the yellow sun being a Kryptonian.
Yeah. Wasn't it that our son gave him more powers or stronger? Wasn't that it?
I thought it was the fact that the it was something like the gravity density on Krypton was so much higher that when he came to Earth, he was able to just freely jump about for as long as he
So
wanted.
when we think he's flying, he's actually just a massive jump.
Yeah, effectively. And I thought the whole thing was that he started flying because it was like his powers were developing as he went on. The longer he stayed here, he got stronger and stronger. And then that's what All-Star Superman covered as well. Is that it got to the point where the sun was starting to kill him or something like that. It got too much, sort of thing. He got too overpowered. I thought that was the whole point. It was like he started off small because this is when he was just getting here, and then it's just been like a turbocharge. He's just sucking up all the energy, and he then is developing to so high that it just looks like he's flying.
Dave?
Was that written in that All-Star Superman?
Yeah, that was.
Oh, was that what it was written in?
Well,
Right.
that was in.
I genuinely couldn't
Superman, yeah.
remember.
I remember that he did just jump around at first, and then he was flying. I guess I always assumed that would be for like ease of storytelling, you know. If you can just fly there, that makes more sense than jumping and hoping he lands at it. But I didn't know they'd actually written it into continuity, that when he got here, or at first he just jumped. Like, I thought it was more of a thing they just ignored. They changed it and then ignored it, you know.
Yeah, I think it's been kind of.
It's been actually written into continuity now.
Yeah,
That's what
but
happened.
it's
I
just.
thought that was the case.
Because certainly in All-Star Superman, that was the idea behind.
Yeah.
But although All-Star Superman, you can separate it from the rest of this universe and itself. But yeah, that was.
I thought it was more like, you know, Bruce Wayne smoking his cigarettes and stuff when he started.
Or using a gun.
And using
a
guns,
people,
yeah,
and then
double
it's-
guns
yeah,
like the
it's
shadow.
just-
And stop using them. So yeah.
So I don't know. That'll be some
Batman
sort
used guns at the
of
start.
superhero
Yeah.
comic
He killed at the
science.
start.
LB.
Stanley
Basically
style.
Yeah, he was basically
Explanation
just like
behind
shadow.
it.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah,
meant to be
good.
like a sort of allegory.
Well, there's a Dragon Ball theory. Remember the Christmas greeting I sent you guys?
Yeah.
Those three characters had their power of flight over different methods, and you could potentially add at least one of them or two of them to Superman. One of them is the Piccolo one, where you're born with awesome powers, and that's it. You know, you've got your biology allows it because you're extremely different from all the other things, and you have real superpowers. The other is the Son Goku way, where intense training he was able to learn techniques, and levitation was one of them through martial artists and insane training. The other one, which I've just heard you mention, was the Vegeta one, where when they first come to Earth, Earth's gravity is 10 times weaker than planet Vegeta.
Vegeta, yeah.
So there's a bit in the original when him and Nappa jump, they're leaping, and they make a comment about, my goodness, the gravity is so light here.
Yeah.
So I would say any one of those three.
You missed out one thing.
Which one?
Riding around on a cloud.
Oh yeah, but I was meaning like without help. Yeah, the Nimbus, that's taken from Sun Wukong, the original Monkey King.
Yep.
What about Thor?
Hammer.
I always thought he wasn't really flying. I always thought
It
Well, the
depends
hammer's
on
bringing
what
in.
he was holding on
Mjolnir.
to the Thor
Yeah.
hammer.
Yeah.
It depends on what incarnation, because sometimes he is levitating without the use of
Right.
a hammer, as
Yeah.
Loki can do as well. But other times, like in the film,
Mhm.
he flies. The original idea of Thor was fairly close to Superman, but they didn't want him to like fly like Superman. They wanted him to have something else so they could explain to people. That's where they thought, well, his hammer, he could use that as a way to like transport
Spin
from
it and
place to
throw it
place.
and-
Yeah.
And he
You could open
proposes
portals with it, but you could
As
also
well.
fly, so you
Yeah.
could shut him down. But he was able to stop himself in any.
How cool fucking Thor is.
Oh yeah, and it's a shame what they're doing to him now. I mean, they've got unworthy Thor, and then they've got golden Thor, and it's
That's
like
everything.
it's they're saying the writers are the ones that are destroying it. When so many people like the original ones, I'd say bring back the original.
It's not the writers though. I mean, the writers are writing it, but the editors could be saying to them, like,
Yeah.
fucking change that. Jesus, what's this all about?
It's,
They're just letting it go.
it's just PC nonsense bollocks.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
that's affected his character in particular.
You've got a lot more written on that piece
Yeah,
of paper.
and that was my daughter. She came with 4 questions.
Ah,
So
good
the
girl.
first one,
Go on.
she said is, how did Wonder Woman get her powers?
through a fetish author who had all sorts of ideas.
Yeah, but remember she's 9. So
Oh, so she means what's the source of like her powers?
yes.
Born with them.
No,
wasn't
didn't they
Isn't she a
totally
demigod
change
of some kind?
her origin when Perez
Yes.
did it? He totally changed it altogether, didn't he?
Yes.
I can't remember. She was made.
Isn't
she was
she
made
like
up of
another-
clay or something.
Clay.
Is that right?
Yes.
No, was that the original or was that what?
It was original, wasn't it?
That was the
I
original.
thought that was original.
I can't remember which way around. I do remember it was all totally different.
Well, where did she get powers in the original incarnation? Was it not that she's like?
Well, in the original incarnation, she was an Amazon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they've all
But
got.
there
Yeah.
was no mention of being a demigoddess.
Right.
Being daughter of
Ah.
Zeus, that's something that has happened later.
Ah,
okay.
Actually happened
Ah,
after,
okay,
after
right.
George Pérez.
So they were just a bunch of women living in the Amazon.
Yes.
In,
No men
in
involved.
an island called Themyscira.
No men involved.
No men involved. They were Amazons.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
not
that
even
is-
Steve.
But Amazons
Rogers.
on an island in the Amazon. Why are they called Amazons? Has it nothing to do with the Amazon River or forest? Am I getting mixed up here?
No, the name of
The Amazons were ancient women warriors, and they are called Amazons because the word Greek of amazo, which is without a breast, without breast.
Wow.
It was said that the Amazon warriors would amputate a breast in order to be able to use bow and arrow
Right.
like a man.
But they
But is it from that area? Is it
No,
anything to do with the river or the forest?
The river was named
right,
after the Amazon
Yeah.
warriors.
Okay, right.
But the Amazons themselves may have been from the Sarmathian Persians,
Yes.
who, when the males went away, when the men went away, they trained the women how to fight because they hated the idea of worrying about them being pillaged, because there were lots of bandits there, and they would have seen a village full of women as an easy target, and then when they got closer they sort of regretted it because all the women Sarmathians were trained as warriors. But the Greeks were enemies. Some of the Greeks were enemies with the Persians some of the time, because it's pretty complicated. They often allied with each other every now
Yeah,
and
sometimes
then,
they
but
fight each other. Yeah.
they had they had the idea of the Amazons being aggressive to the Greek heroes, especially Odysseus, because when he was travelling along to find the Golden Fleece, they noted that they were crossing areas where Amazons were present.
But anyway, coming back to Amazon and the Wonder Woman. So the revised origin is that because she's the daughter of Zeus, she has the strength, the speed
Okay.
of the gods.
But in the original one,
By the original one, it was
there
just,
isn't an explanation.
there wasn't really. Well, I remember the very original was because it was
Because didn't she have all that special paraphernalia as well?
the bracelets
The
was
lasso
given
and
and the
that.
lasso was given to her. Yeah. By the Amazon, the Queen Amazon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
So,
Oh,
she,
yeah.
so she just had them because they all had them
Well,
on that island. But does she have something more than them?
there was a
The others.
competition because she was
Yes.
the princess and the mother didn't want
Right.
her to participate in the
Yes.
competition and she had to participate masked.
Okay.
So nobody knew that was her. She won and then, and then she was gonna be the one to be sent to the Western
Great.
civilization and see and trying to convince the government. Or
So in the
whatever.
original thing, has she been living for millennia?
The
Or do
Amazon
they
were living
exist?
on their own island.
In current day,
Yeah, on current day, but as
separate from
But
civilization.
as in they were in the ancient Greek times.
Right. Oh, okay, good.
So no modern technology or anything like that.
Maybe.
The only technology that you see, I think they have they have a pistol or a revolver somehow, and that's one of the tests in the original comic
Right.
with the bracelets in order to stop the bullets.
Yeah.
Okay.
I vaguely remember that from the original Wonder Woman comics.
Right.
I'm talking about the 1940s.
Yeah.
Because there was a reprint that you got for Angus libraries.
Yeah.
I wonder what backstory they give her in the TV series if they ever if they ever even approach that subject.
I can't remember. It was probably in the pilot.
Maybe, yeah.
They tended to do that. They gave you the origin first.
Or in the title.
Yeah.
A lot of the time in
Cool.
In the title music, they would give you a brief rundown.
So this one is for you, Dave,
Yeah.
because Anna asked, how much weight can the Hulk lift up?
Oh,
Fucking hell.
well, that's one that's on Wikipedia, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, it's got strength and abilities of characters in each one.
You said it was
How
for
can
me.
you quantify
Yeah,
that?
but I'm not going to say. I don't know the answer.
Well, I remember a Marvel comic, and they split the characters in the different categories of strength. And Hulk, Thor, Hercules.
The Thing.
Thanos.
No, the thing wasn't. The thing wasn't a category below.
He's only got strength of 10 men or something, didn't he?
No.
So
More than
they
that.
were kind of the top,
Yeah, I think
the
more.
strongest characters, and then you had,
Oh, maybe.
but obviously,
It
Was
the
that
old thing
the-
of like,
but then
here's the strength
the
of
Hulk would
10
say
men, that
Hulk the
kind of-
strongest there is.
Not 100.
He would say that.
Yeah.
I think it was Bob Layton who did all the art.
Maybe you're right, actually.
The Spider-Man's more like 100 men strength.
He's in the 100-ton lifting
Yes,
category.
that's what I
Yeah.
was going to wait to say. I think in those,
Traditional in the Marvel universe. Traditional
in
universe.
those Marvel Universe books, they always had like 100 something
Yeah,
super weight or something.
yeah.
Right.
He's
But the
the,
thing that always sticks in my mind with the
100 tons, so that's about 100 cars, isn't it? An average size car. Car's about a
Hulk
ton.
is- But they used to always say there was no upper limit to the Hulk's strength. That's what
Right.
they used to always
because
say.
the angrier
because
they
he
Just
they
if you always
get,
got
the-
angrier and angrier, it just
stronger.
kept, and it just never stopped. It never reached any
Yeah.
limit. So it was just like
and that way,
limitless.
that's why the Hulk
The-
is the strongest there is.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
End of the story.
They devised that line before anyone
what was
else
the
thought
wording of
it
the
could.
question? How much can he lift?
How much
Right.
weight can the
Yeah.
Hulk lift up?
So maybe it's
That was Anna's
maybe
words.
it's
He
any
just said,
any weight,
Depends
if
how
he's
angry
angry
he is.
enough. Yeah.
wow,
Good question, eh?
wow. That's-
See, you wonder about these things. Eh? How much?
And then, after that,
Yeah.
she went, how many armors does Iron Man have?
Wow, it's got loads, eh?
Oh,
It's got
did he
loads,
not
like
end up
50
get-
odds
Yeah,
now
did
or
he not
more.
end up getting up at one point to like mark fucking 160 or
I
something?
What
don't
do you
know.
mean, like suits? How many
Different
different
armors,
suits? Oh, right.
In the films, it's 47.
40 odds.
What's
Yeah.
got a number on it, is
But
it?
he gets them all destroyed.
Fucking 1 or 2 in the comics.
Yeah.
Well, Iron Man 3 destroys all of them.
Right.
Eventually. He keeps one and destroys the rest.
Very wasteful.
He probably has a
Must
batch
have
of
spent
it
a
in
lot
the
of
league.
money on that.
Well, it's a multi-millionaire.
It's got
He
more.
has the money.
Also, he knows how to make his own elements. So, could just.
That's pretty smart. Sounds almost godlike.
You remember that's the whole
I
fucking
can
plot
make
of,
elements.
that's the whole plot of Iron Man 2.
I saw Iron Man 1 and
Oh.
thought, right, that's enough.
The whole plot of Iron Man 2 is that he
That was
fucking
good.
creates a new element, which is ridiculous.
Right.
That's the one with Mickey Rourke, isn't it? It's,
Whiplash.
unofficial Whiplash.
Stark, you lose! Give me my blood. Fucking shite.
He was
I
good
bet
when he
you,
came
I
out.
bet you
Mickey
gutted
Rourke.
you missed that.
Give me my blood.
Do you remember when Mickey Rourke appeared and was the best actor of the
Is
generation?
Mickey Rourke the guy who's in Angel Heart?
Yes,
Yes,
that's Mickey
certainly,
Rourke.
Angel
Yes.
Heart, and he was in that with Robert De Niro and all that.
I've got that on vinyl.
Yeah.
That's
Now
a
he
fucking
looks
great
like a-
soundtrack.
Oh,
And then
Marv is
I know you like your
Yeah.
film soundtracks.
yeah, do
9.5.
weeks.
Weeks.
Yeah,
Oh, is that him? I suppose they go through phase, don't they, where they're kind of
he was hot as
then
fuck.
they're plying
when
with
he
loads
came
of
out. He was
coke
the
and
guy.
money, and then they
I know,
let
he
him-
started boxing.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
He started
He
boxing
gave up
and then he got
acting for years. and
yeah,
went
to
and
do
became a
boxing,
boxer.
and then his face got fucking
Came back with
mangled.
that face.
Yeah.
His
See
face,
him in
face
the
got
wrestling.
mangled, he got tons of plastic
I tell you what
surgery.
though, fair play to him for
Yeah.
just changing and going and do
Yeah.
some art, but Jesus,
He's
if
done it again,
anything a
hasn't he?
pig.
He's
Boxing.
quit acting again, wasn't he?
Is he?
Probably.
Somebody tried to approach him in a fucking cafe or something. He chased him halfway down the street with a baseball bat at one point.
That's
Well,
So they do
approaches
like, I
in,
don't fucking act anymore. And he's just,
approaches in, I've got a good deal for you. Got a good
no,
deal
I
for
just
you.
wanted to go and speak to him. He was just like,
hey, Mickey Rourke.
and they've got the pictures running away from him as he's
That's
fucking
not
standing.
fucking need to, unless they get a person's rude to you, there's no need to fucking chase them down the road with a fucking bat, is it?
He's not
Don't
right.
you know who I am?
He's not right.
No.
And the last question she made, and I like the question is, why is there a Spider-Verse?
just so that they can milk Spider-Man to the fucking nth degree. But if I was answering for
Did you?
A 9-year-old
Has the
girl.
Spider-Verse
9-year-old girl.
always existed?
No.
Right.
It's a recent thing.
I would say it's because
It's for money.
Yeah, definitely. But for a 9-year-old girl, I would say it's because some of them have disappeared over time, and they just wanted to bring them back again and have all your favourites all together.
Oh, I really like it.
I tell my 6-year-old that adverts are to try and get him to buy stuff. Tell him the truth. So I'd probably say if my
Money
daughter
grabbing
had
Nicolas
a
Cage. Nicolas
milking
Cage
the
is,
bastards.
it's a milk it, mate.
But
To
in
get
the
more titles
Spider-Verse,
on
he's
the
the
shelf,
Spider-Man
to get more
Noir.
films in the cinema, to get different
doing the voice
characters
of one of
because
them.
then they can split them into different
You'll recognise the
films,
voice immediately.
different pots of money. Yeah, definitely.
Can I add in that it's a safe way for them to come up with interesting ideas and not fall flat on their faces because they can say, oh, it's just a supporting character, and
Well,
maybe
that's-
afterward
yeah.
they can develop it if it's any success,
Yeah, absolutely.
and to make more money.
Was it in the comics? Spider-Verse?
Yeah.
Oh
It
yeah.
was, wasn't it?
A Spider-Verse
became its own set of
Yeah.
Spider-Verse comics. That became
Recently,
Recently in the last, yeah, it's
I've got a
something in
couple
the
of
last,
upstairs for
in
sale.
the last 10 years.
The what?
I've got a couple of them upstairs for sale.
Oh, you're selling comics?
Yeah, on eBay.
Oh, right.
Fresh from the press.
Oh, that
I
yeah,
just
it
bought
is,
it
yeah.
yesterday.
Whoa!
Nice.
In the local newsagents across the street.
Oh my god, really?
And this is my favorite
2000
Christmas special
She's asked.
from Spain,
Oh.
which is.
Patrulla.
Special
I'll have a look because I can't remember the year because it's 1980 something.
Can I do
Yeah,
my
that was
questions?
It was.
Ooh, yeah, but it's an under.
Oh.
I want to hear that they did
what
it.
Nando's brought. This
Patrulla.
is awesome. This.
It's really, really good. That.
So, was that
225%.
Deathlock or something?
No.
No?
There is.
It's like an assassin who works for that alien that puts up the games. I think
There's
he's a
Wolverine,
character.
yeah.
Looks like
Wolverine, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a X-Men Annual number 10 and Uncanny X-Men 205.
Right.
It was published in Spain as a Christmas special, and it's the first appearance of Longshot after his limited series, and the annual is drawn by Arthur Adams.
Mm.
And the backup story, which is 205, that's by Barry Windsor Smith.
Do foreign editions?
Love my
Are foreign
music
editions
song.
worth as much with first appearances?
Nah,
No.
nah, it's always the originals. So yeah, and then I bought that because I buy that every Christmas. I haven't read it yet. But
Do you buy it at Christmas?
Yeah.
2000 AD?
Yeah, because the Christmas special, I go to the news agent, I just buy it. So I went to the news agent yesterday across the road, and
Are they self-contained stories in the Christmas issue? They're not continuing from the regular.
sometimes what they do is they put some shorter stories, maybe just a one-off, or the first episode of a series.
Ah, okay.
So it gives you a taster.
How much is a Christmas special?
Well, this
please?
is about $5. But it's I think it's 80 or 90 odd pages.
Yeah.
So there is stuff, and there's articles as well. So
Yeah.
I don't buy 2080 that, to be honest, regularly. But the Christmas special, I buy it. I like to
Nice.
give it a. So how about this?
I always forget how small Wolverine is.
Yeah, 5'3" is the official height.
Oh, he's one of me.
He's 1 inch taller than the Penguin officially is.
It's just because he's always that kind of hunched over.
Well,
way, so
yeah,
I
well,
just always forget when they
A
have
lot
the
of people think he's tall, like
Yeah,
he's
Hugh
Jackman.
Jackman.
Actually, no.
That's 6 foot tall.
Well,
It's the reason behind his name. He's fierce, but he's small, so they named him Wolverine.
Yeah.
His code name.
What's the questions like, mate? I'll wait until
Yeah.
next back. What kind of difficulty level was sitting at for questions?
I think some straightforward.
Okay, good.
It's comedy.
I haven't read it yet, so I need to.
I was really interested to see if any of them were going to be like questions that you're like, oh, fuck, I never thought about that, you know.
I mean, so I brought this as well in case we were lacking in questions where there were some other things where they weren't to do with superheroes, but there were things I jotted down last year, questions that he made, like, what's the sun made of? That was like last year. So I went and looked it up. We think it's a big ball of gas and plasma.
Yeah.
Gas and plasma. But yeah,
It's a start.
I think the first question will be a straightforward yay or nay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, can Spider-Man lift a car?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, can Spider-Man
Oh,
lift the
David
car
didn't say
from
it.
Land of the Giants?
That wasn't the question.
Reply
Can
accepted.
Batman jump down from 10 metres? Pick 10 metres.
10 meters.
Which is a fair height.
Yes.
Just jumping, not using his gliding
He's got all his
shit.
armour.
No, yeah. Shock absorbing boots.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Technique as well.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, and technique as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he-
10 metres would be like the
Ankles,
top of a regular house, wouldn't it? Be like the top of your
Oh,
roof.
taller than,
Definitely, then. That's
most
just
houses.
basic parkour.
Because this is only about 2.5.
Yeah. maybe
So
fine, yeah.
it'd be, actually no.
Shock
This is
absorbing.
near
10
3.
meters, you're looking about a 3-story
Yeah.
height.
Shock absorbing boots.
Yeah.
Aerodynamic armor, and it's still armor at the end of the day. Good technique, form. Yeah.
Quite like this question. Can Superman be hurt falling from space?
Can Superman?
Be hurt falling from space?
No. No, because as he gets more into the Earth's atmosphere, he would come in direct contact with the sun, and he would just recharge. That'd be it.
You know what I think?
The only reason he would be falling from space is if he lost his powers. And so he would go past the sun as he was coming back into Earth's atmosphere. Above the clouds, the sun's always shining.
Yeah.
So he would absorb straight away as soon as he was coming back into the atmosphere. And then there you go.
But he'd be absorbing that outside of the
That's what
outside
I'm
of
saying.
the Earth's
The only
atmosphere.
reason he would be falling
Yeah.
is if he lost his powers.
I think Superman, if he's
So say he
falling-
lost his power, yeah, he'd be knackered then. If he lost his powers and he felt away,
And if he was punched by someone like Darkseid, and he's hurtling down there, and if you don't count the injury he's got from Darkseid, if he lands, crashes onto the earth, or if he's like getting burned and all that, he probably will feel a little bit of pain, but because it's Superman and they find out he can recover quickly, he'll regenerate.
Yeah.
In seconds. Yeah.
Is the Flash stronger than Batman?
No.
Nah,
It's
his-
not strongest, but if he uses his speed, he can punch 100 times with one punch only. And
True.
just an-
Yeah,
so,
sheer
because it's-
velocity.
so just many times. So it's not stronger, but you can
It's not strength.
can do so many
it's-
punches
yeah.
at the same time. The bundle can do one punch.
You can also run really fast and run into it.
Number 5, is the Hulk stronger than Superman?
Dave, this is for you.
David's temples
I
are about to.
I
Don't
can't-
make him
I-
angry. You don't like it.
I can't go there.
Going green.
I'll need to leave this for David because it's just.
It's one of them questions, isn't it? I mean, what would
Well,
you say?
will I be honest? Will I say what I don't know what to say?
Just say it.
Go on.
I think my heart says the Hulk will win, but my head says Superman.
What if Superman gets a
It's
whole
all right,
extra
I can
angry?
say that.
That's the.
See, because with the
Your
Hulk,
heart
though,
says no,
there's
but-
the Hulk. There's no limit,
Yeah.
but he's Superman.
So theoretically, yeah.
See what I mean? He's Superman. He just.
That's a tough one, isn't it?
I think it's a complete stalemate. I think it's to the point that if the two of them were literally to just keep going flat out and not caring about anything else, they would build up so much energy
Destroy
between each
the whole
other,
planet.
destroy the whole planet. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd just be them then left sitting going.
If it was just a strength and no other powers, pure strength, only
Hulk.
Hulk.
What about the Maestro?
Just because Hulk doesn't have the morals. When Hulk is angry, really
Yeah,
angry,
it's just-
he can't contain himself.
He's like a Chelsea fan.
Whereas Superman is always actually containing himself.
Yeah.
I think
Good
I
point.
said to you before, there's the
So,
YouTube videos.
but
Yeah.
only that I would say, yeah, the Hulk. But if Superman, has the rest of the powers to be able to use in a fight, etc., etc.
I noticed there's a lot of
Superman would be
strength
anything.
questions.
Is it?
No, they're good. I like this.
Hulk possessed
Last
by
one.
Loki was extremely strong, and his strength was even greater than Hulk. Not possessed by Loki, But I think the Maestro might be able to beat Superman. He'd figure out a way, even if his strength didn't
Because
match.
he's evil.
Yeah.
Last question. What's stronger, Superman or a hurricane? I said it depends on the hurricane.
No,
How
Superman
big
could
it
just
is.
fly straight through.
Superman. Yeah.
He deals with the hurricane in Superman 3.
Yeah, he deals with
Yeah,
that.
he
you,
does, doesn't
you
he?
didn't.
He does,
You didn't watch that with your son, did
No.
you? You dodged that one.
Yeah.
So you can maybe show him that clip.
You'll get
It'd be like
freaked
the
out
cat-
by the King
it'd be like
Clark
the
versus
cartoons.
Superman scene.
It'd be like the cartoons where he'd grab the bottom of it and it would still be whirling and he'd be going, and then he'd throw it
To
until it
space.
just disappears.
Everything could just fucking
Yeah.
get recycled in space. Fuck off to
It would
space.
be.
Rockets, missiles,
It'd
hurricanes.
be coming at him and he would stand his ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. He would just stand his ground until he got there and then.
There you go.
I've got a Christmas comic as well, which
Oh,
I did start reading
Alright,
it,
yeah,
but
okay.
then I realised actually it's longer than I thought it was going to be. But it's quite it's one I forgot I had last year.
Oh,
Belter.
look at
An
that.
Indiana Jones
Nice.
all-colour Christmas special from '85, I think.
Look at that.
I started reading it today and I was like, oh god, because I wanted to have it finished by when I came, but it was actually longer than I thought, so I didn't even finish the first part. But I don't know why it's a Christmas special, unless it was just released at Christmas,
Yeah.
or that the fact that there's a bit of snow in it from the Himalayas. But other than that, it doesn't seem to be set at Christmas. But from reading a few pages of it, I actually quite found it really interesting that.
What year was it? Because it might
80.
coincide with the film being released at Christmas.
85, I think
Ah.
this was. Yeah, I quite like the look of it, and I spotted. I'm sure this is a mistake here. Yeah, that there. They've forgotten to do the shading somewhere, haven't they? I think they were probably meant to do that,
Oh, yeah.
whereas they've just given that
just a line.
line there. Also, I thought, isn't that the most manly C-3PO you've ever seen?
Jeez.
He's normally just like camping it up somewhere, isn't he?
It's the
But
hands.
here he's like, I'll fucking take any of you bastards on. Come on.
I think it's safe to say that the artist never actually watched the
Yeah.
film.
Alright.
Yeah.
That's
I'm cocksure.
Infantino.
Is it?
Carmine.
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 Carmine
Yeah,
Infantino.
Is it?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
know
definitely.
because of the dome of R2D2.
Stand behind me, Arthur.
Just to make it
I'll
quiet.
take him.
Who's this?
Cyril.
Cyril Lou.
He was the editor of the British Star Wars comic. He had his
Oh.
own one-page story.
Oh, right.
John Ridgway used to
Stand
draw
behind
that.
me, Arthur.
But,
I'll take him on. Come at me.
yeah.
Come at me.
Oh dear.
You hear that? The shutdown, the generator.
But
I'll take them.
I only got to it, so I
Just
didn't
start
see
balls
any.
out.
I noticed how.
Naked? What do you mean naked?
Nice game in the middle.
Nice. Oh, hanging on for dear life there. Oh,
Yeah.
sweating.
The Indiana
Crying.
Jones comics were good.
Yeah, I mean, I started reading it, I was like, oh, fuck, I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, they were
hand.
good.
Because they managed to.
That is very Kirby.
They got the feeling.
They managed to convey his attitude in it
Yeah.
That's,
pretty
that
well.
looks like a Kirby panel.
Yeah,
It's
it
the
does.
eyes and
Those
everything as
stubby
well.
fingers,
Isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. Scarf Triumph.
That's
I
why.
liked how they.
That's why.
Then the pencils.
Look at the
It's
your own
probably a big
initials
hand
on your
sometimes.
watch permanently.
Is that one where you have
So I
to
tell
wait
you what,
28
with your
days
bit-
for delivery?
Probably back in there. They didn't have Amazon Prime then, you know.
No.
Thank God.
I recognise all these adverts.
Do you?
Yeah, I was buying Marvel UK at this time. I've got a few specials in this format.
Ah,
This time,
right.
Spider-Man ones.
But so yeah, this was
Fantastic.
one that I completely forgot that I had last year, and then when I was
It's a good.
redoing my shelves this year, I was like, oh fuck, I'll make a note of that for this Christmas.
Indiana Jones, yeah.
Yeah, because there's the only name that really stuck out to me was that Vince Coletta that you guys
Oh
had
yeah,
mentioned,
he
and
yanked
that
it.
Joe Rosen.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
and, that's,
didn't really know.
and that's where he forgot to the Coletta didn't do this.
Coletta, come on.
Because probably
He's
he was
too
meant to
busy.
do all this.
Yeah, he's
I
like,
think
I'm
that
done.
not to do it. I'm
I'm
not doing
done.
it. Just look at that. But I'll put the contour.
Yeah. The colourists could do that. I don't
Can do
care.
that, I don't care.
Ditko did a good few Indiana Jones
Yeah, I was gonna
comics.
say Ditka did so
Yeah, they were good.
How long did they run the Indiana Jones?
with Marvel.
I ran a good 2 or 3 years.
It was
I seem to
something
remember-
that Lucas created, wasn't it? And then
Yeah.
the comic came out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, because I bought a few and it was like issue 28, 29. So it ran 2+ years.
Suppose, you know, they stumbled on a good genre where you can just fucking invent loads of weird
Yeah.
archaeology stuff, can't you? From ages
Fantastic.
ago, and demons and stuff. And
Gentlemen,
I think I might steal your seat, Nando, because I'm
pleasure.
getting stiff
Yeah,
again.
it's good to see you, man.
Merry
Christmas,
Christmas,
mate.
mate.
yeah, you too.
Have a
You
good one,
too.
okay?
You too.
Don't eat too much.
Oh well, you know me.
You will, Dave.
You know that's.
Have a nice Christmas, man.
I do.
Okay,
Have a good time.
and you too. Enjoy.
Good. Good comic, yeah. Nice one.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to actually finishing it off. I'm kind of invested in the adventure so far. They've overcome a minotaur, and they're currently on the way to the Himalayas.
Mine technically isn't a comic, it's an illustrated book.
Okay.
But that's because the only comic that come out of is The Last Christmas. Trying to see the image thing, and that just comes out all the time. It's that one with the Santa versus the zombies, basically.
Oh,
It's good. It's a good laugh.
Yeah.
And it's crude, and you know it's good. But
yeah.
I had plenty of specials, DC specials and whatnot. But the Jolly Christmas Postman. I love the Jolly Christmas Postman. And as far as I'm concerned,
Never heard of it.
it's pictures with words. I guess that counts. There's speech bubbles in it. Let's say it's an illustrated book, but you know, if I can get past the first fucking page.
The Jolly Christmas Postman.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice, the letter.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's good.
So
oh,
just,
to
you know,
Baby Bear, Four Bears Cottage, the woods.
it's him on his journey through basically going through fairy tale land effectively, because he goes to
Is it aimed at kids? This.
yeah,
Oh,
goes to
it looks
Baby Bear,
nice.
but it comes with
Oh, it's an
each one of them. It's actually an envelope, and you get
Oh.
like a little card with Santa's workshop in it, and then you get like an addressed card. So it actually says, to Baby Bear and brother from Goldilocks and sister. You know, it's just him doing his rounds coming up to Christmas.
Oh,
And I'm pretty sure it ends
Oh.
up with him at the North Pole at one point and stuff like that. But you get a different wee bit for every person that he visits.
oh, it's cute, isn't
oh,
it?
absolutely adore
It's like a
this.
nice book to get for kids.
Yeah, it's amazing. There is another one that's like Jolly Christmas. It's like the postman does his rounds or something like that. But Miss Red Riding Hood.
Oh, look at that. That's
Beware, get out
cute.
of the woods, and then it comes with. You get like activity things. Fucking hell. Can't hold this up and do these things at the same time. So you get like a game in the inside of it and stuff. There's a lot to it. You know what I mean?
Oh, that looks like a similar thing that we got at home, and I said to my partner, "What the fuck is this thing? What's it? What book's it from?" And she went, "Oh, I know what book it's from. So it must be not this Christmas thing." Does he always do stuff like this with inserts, with the postman?
I don't think so. It's Janet and Alan Alberg, but that one actually comes from the Wolf. And I'm sure there's one in here. Humpty Dumpty comes with a puzzle where you've got to put them back together again.
Is this really? I mean, not really old, but how old is it?
I must have had this for fucking years.
From when you were a kid?
Yeah, oh yeah, from when I was like really young as well.
Oh right. So is this something that I might find hard to get?
No,
It's
I
not
wouldn't
that
say
old.
so.
It's got a barcode on it.
Yeah, it's well over 30-year-old.
Is it?
Yeah, it's definitely over 30 years old because I've had it for as long as I can remember.
What's the date on the postmarks?
Oh, I don't know.
I suppose, yeah.
On the
I
letters.
don't know if they've got
I
dates.
think I
on
saw
them.
the postmark.
You must have enjoyed this as a kid.
Fucking loved it. Now, this is my favourite book.
Was this something that you read to yourself? Or
Yeah, my
was
mum
it-
and dad would read it to me as well. 1988. December 23rd, 1988.
Oh.
So there you go. Just 30 years old.
So how old would you have been then? When you were having it read to you or you were reading
That's
it?
before you were.
That was before I was born. Yeah, it was 6 months before I was born. In
88? Oh yeah, oh shit. God, I remember how young you are. I forget how young you are, I mean. You were born in 89?
Yeah.
God, you were born when I was
This one's
going
one
to
of the
find
best.
stashed born in derelict earthquake houses.
This one's definitely
That's a...
it's definitely one of the best ones. We dog behind the post box, but you pull it right out, and if you look through the post box,
Oh man.
you see everybody that's in the book.
Oh. Because I wonder what... Oh, that is fantastic.
Fucking love it.
That, you see, that is fantastic because once you see that, you're like, fuck, I could make something like that. And you could make your own thing. Wow. You see, with all these inserts, it might be quite hard to find the copy with all these things in it now.
That's true.
Or,
You get them in charity shops.
Yeah.
So we had a couple come into the charity shop, and I would always covet them, and make sure that it went to a child in the shop, usually, or it would go to one of the specialist shops, and they would always say to me,
peep show for a postman.
"Yeah,
A Dutch peep show.
that's what you used to say.
That's great, isn't
It's
it?
magical.
It is.
PTO to avoid the snow." Ho ho ho. And a big, massive thing of it going way over the. And then it's
I'm
just-
going to have to hunt this out, I think.
And it's a
I
good
love it.
ending with him sitting by the fireplace with his feet up. He's finished his round for the day. It's good. I love it. I absolutely adore it. But I'm sure at one point they're speaking in a speech bubble somewhere.
There's one in here.
Is it in that? Is that it? Yeah.
God, he's a jolly
Good
good postman.
postman, that's it.
It's
There's,
like
I'm sure
analog 3D effect.
Yeah.
one of
It's
the
lovely. It's like the bellows from
Very good.
an old camera.
one of the inserts has speech bubbles in it as well, so it's like a comic within it, kind of thing.
Had you ever seen this book before? No.
No,
Had you?
I've seen their
No,
names
not at
on
all.
other books.
Have you?
All
Is that the right
times, yeah.
spelling? A-L-H Berg.
AHL. Maybe went through all the
Oh,
songs.
that's fantastic, mate. It's a lovely
Yeah.
looking
Love it.
and obviously precious, but I tell you what to say, given how old it is, it's in extremely good condition.
Yeah, but I like something I tend to take care of it. Very much so.
Oh,
I thought it was worth bringing along. It's, I mean, I know it kind of breaks the rules a wee bit, but
well, not really, no. It's got more Christmas in it than Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones only has Christmas special on it and some snow from the Himalayas. Besides that, I mean, maybe in the story as I read it, it'll turn out that it's around Christmas time, but I doubt it. It's probably just something that they put some snow on the cover, didn't they?
yeah. He's on a bridge and there's some snow. You've
one
brought
of
that before because
one of the
you were saying it to Nando, and I was sitting going, I remember this.
Yeah, well, this is one of my favourite characters. And my favourite Transformer. He's evil. He's a backstabber. He's a serial killer. He does everything to be absolutely devious. In some versions, they have him as a hero, where he's a tremendous fighter. But this is Generation 1, and this is the Christmas special. And the author is Simon Furman.
Yeah.
I saw him in Glasgow 2014. I didn't know who he was at the time. He was just sitting there, he was by himself and he was like, had comics, and I thought he was just selling comics. So I went up to him and had a wee chat, and he was like, "Oh, you want me to sign them?" And I realised he actually writes comics. So he signed a few of my stuff. He was things with Mr. Sinister from the X-Men. And when I got back, I was checking up the names of some of the people that I was speaking to, and he couldn't have been any nicer. He was really nice. Chatted to him for a wee while, and I saw, oh, hang on, he did Transformers. I'll check some of my Transformers stuff. And he ended up writing most of the stuff, and he was Marvel UK. He worked for Marvel UK, and Marvel UK used their original stuff. Most of the stories in here are Marvel UK.
Yeah.
They're highly sought after in the US. because the Americans hardly got much of them. I saw this in the shops when I was a kid, but I didn't buy it. But then I got it in this, because this is like a collection of Starscream's best stories. And it's got here about, this is what happens when a depressed Starscream gets out of a status pod, and he's standing in the middle of a field, just like looking up. He's like, what's going on here? I'm unhappy, I'm miserable. It's basically like a lot of people. And he's reminiscing about his past, and there's a caption here. He's got an Autobot by the neck, and he's punching one of his Decepticon buddies out of the way, complete with slaver coming out of the Decepticon's mouth. So Starscream's standing alone, he's upset, and a wee boy comes up to him and says, "You're a Transformer, aren't you?" And he starts having a conversation, and Starscream, he's like, "Get away from me." And then he says, "I'm so depressed, I don't have what it takes to squash a fleshling." And the kid talks about Christmas. So the Starscream's like accessing internal data file, and he's not impressed. Grabs the kid, he's gonna like throw him away, but then the kid's talking to him and he puts him down because the kid reminds him of home. Says, "Don't you have a home to go to?" And of course at this point Starscream's homeless. Tells him to get out of the way, go home. Opens his eye, he closes his eyes, opens them up again, says, "You're still there, aren't you?" The kid's there, the kid's not giving up on him, so Starscream's like, "Okay, if you insist." Takes him into his fighter jet form, flies across. An Autobot spots him and thinks Starscream's up to no good. A bus full of pensioners is stuck in the snow. Starscream comes over and he's basically going to help them. The Autobot comes out of nowhere and picks a fight with Starscream. So as they're fighting, the wee boy runs up and says, "You darn fool Autobot, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. This Decepticon wasn't harming people, he was trying to help them." And Starscream, smug as anything, says, "Yes, watch and weep, Autobot, your humans are free." And all the pensioners, they're like, "Yeah, good on you, big fella. You're a regular 50-foot Santa boy." And the Autobot's completely confused by this. He says, "Right, are you okay, kid? I'm going to assist the humans home." So he goes away. Starscream and the boy are standing there by themselves. And the boy's like, "Come on, you've got to be convinced Christmas is a good thing." He says, "You misunderstand my pleasure, human. I was merely happy to see the humiliation of the Autobot." And the wee boy's like, "Oh, you don't mean it." And he starts to cry, and he's like, "Merry Christmas," and just walks away. Starscream laughs, and then in this final caption, he looks over to where the boy is, and he actually looks quite sad. And he shouts, "Oh, Merry Christmas, kid." And the wee boy turns around really shocked by that wee bit there. But that's a Marvel UK story. It did not get circulated, as far as I'm aware, in America until much recently, possibly with this book. Just worthy of note is later on another Simon story is this one here, Starscream. It's one of the black and white Marvel UK ones. And the wee caption says, "Apart from being a neat little study, Fallen Star is noticeable for being the only Transformers story to break the fourth wall, with the dejected Starscream addressing the readers directly." And that's that scene here. He says,
is he always depressed, this guy?
"No, but in these two,
He is.
yeah,
Right.
because Simon wrote him with the British sense of humour.
Brutal.
Right.
Yeah, he's the one that keeps on trying to get rid of Megatron so he can become the leader. Immensely overconfident.
Yeah,
Megatron's the main leader, but Starscream's no match for him. But in his head he is. But here he says, "Come on, I'll show you what I mean." I was actually looking at the reader and signalling to come forward. So I'll put a wee mark in the Christmas story.
I never got into reading. I got a few of the British large Transformer comics, the British ones, yeah. Remember, because, at the time, if you're a kid and generally a boy, you're into Transformers. Did it first come out as a cartoon?
No, it first came out as toys. They were toys in Japan.
Toys, right.
They weren't marketed over here. It was American toy researchers went over to Japan and saw this, and they came up with a story where half of them were for good and half of them were for evil. But it was purely toys. The cartoon followed, and then with the cartoons they came up with comics. So I believe the comics are quite late in arriving.
Right.
But first and foremost, they were toys. Same with G.I. Joe. That was toys.
G.I. Joe turns out to be one of the biggest what do you call it?
G.I. Joe.
Franchises.
No.
Pile of.
Oh no, what's the term I'm looking? Predictive programming. There's all kinds of stuff they've inserted into G.I. Joe.
At least
that
it'll be
it's
more
worth
subtle
looking
than
at.
Captain N.
Worth looking at as an adult, going, fuck me, I can't believe they put all that stuff in there. But the only G.I. Joes I've ever watched are the ones that someone did a parody of them.
G.I. Joe. Portrait images.
Yeah, where they took the video and put other words on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fucking funny.
I've got 2 questions.
Ooh.
I just asked for questions, and this is what I got, right? So here it comes. How much do comic companies like Marvel and DC pay the people to make the comics for them?
Good question.
Ooh.
And I went, wow, that's your question? Okay, wrote it in.
Jeez.
When I first looked into being a comic artist,
That was one of them that
websites-
goes, oh fuck.
Their websites had how much each one gets paid per page. The artist and the inker got paid the same amount, and then the writer did as well. But the inker, for some reason, the letterer, for some reason, didn't get paid as much as them. It was, 2000 AD had a set value, DC had a set value, and so did Marvel. But you're talking like
I bet relatively it's better now than it was.
maybe this was
Then.
in the 90s. This was
Yeah.
in the 90s. I was looking this up. And I think it was something like £40 a page you could make.
I would have said it would have depended on what experience you had with the company.
Yeah. What title it was.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
if
I
you-
say 40. I mean £40 up to about £90
Yeah.
a page. You
Like
could get.
if you're fairly unknown, and well, you wouldn't be unknown, but you're fairly unknown to maybe Marvel and DC, and you get taken on by them, you would get paid at like a flat sort of low rate for them to take for somebody just maybe handing in their art or something like that. But if the more work you do with them, the more money you would get.
Yeah.
I would think.
So I suppose in answer I would say it depends on a lot of things. If you're new, you'd probably get next to nothing. If you're well known, you could probably earn a good living out of it.
Like think of somebody like nowadays.
Nowadays, compared to
somebody who's
back then.
somebody who's working now.
who's just mid-level would earn more than just a mid-level person 30 years ago, I'd say.
Yeah. But I'm saying, who's a big artist that you can think of that's working now? Not necessarily a writer, but artist.
Quietly? Frank Quietly? Is he not a big artist?
Yeah. He's doing stuff for BHP just now, though. He's sold all these like sketchbooks and everything to Black Art Press, the Glasgow company,
Right.
and they didn't really. I don't think they paid him a lot for it. They're not really making that much.
He does stuff with Mark Muller, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, but they've not done a book.
Colours.
I don't think they've done a book together in a while.
No.
He was doing that Jupiter's Legacy.
Because he's really slow though.
Yes. No, he's quickened his process up now.
Is he? That's good then. So they're going to pay you as little as possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not really known as being something you should get into. In fact,
No.
that's been interesting with some of the Stan Lee things that have been coming up. There's the times when somebody was on about they wrote him a letter, like way back in the 60s, sent Stan Lee a letter, no, I'd love to draw the comics and blah blah, and Stan Lee wrote him back a letter as well saying, well, you know, if you're good at drawing in that, maybe it's really difficult, and you know, practically any other art field, they'll pay you more, you know, and you'll be able to like own what you've done and stuff.
Oh.
So he was quite honest
Fair play.
to this wee boy. So that was interesting.
I'm always interested at how much some of the folks at Marvel and DC actually make, because they make a good living.
Do they?
I mean, Scott Snyder's not exactly sitting in some wee pokey flat somewhere.
I think the writers, they can knock it out quicker though, can
Yeah.
they? You can write like 5 books or something. You can't really
Well,
draw
think,
5
Yeah, you
books.
can't draw it that quick as you write it.
think of that Batman.
Unless you're Alan Moore,
Think
where
of
you're
that-
just ridiculously in terms
Yeah.
of your writing and prep and stuff. But
Think of that recent Batman team though, not the ones that are on it, that's like Tom King and somebody else. But think of that recent Batman team of Greg Capullo and Scott Snyder.
Right.
2 of them are doing fucking great.
Good.
They're not sitting in, like I say, they're not sitting in some pokey wee flat. They're sitting in a big nice house.
So we don't know the numbers.
No, I don't know the numbers specifically, but
See, I like all these freelance guys that are all in competition and all that in any field. Like,
Yeah.
you know, they're very tight-lipped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the companies want them to be tight-lipped as
Yeah.
well. If they
Yeah.
all start comparing, suddenly it's like,
yeah, wait a minute. How come
you're getting all that,
Yeah.
and then they go in and complain.
Yeah.
Cam Kennedy, I remember, told that story when he drew the Star Wars comics, and they were all fully painted in them, man, you know. And I remember he got asked something vaguely about pay, and he was saying, now the details are murky, but let's say it was like the artist got paid the same as the writer to do the comic, and then but I do remember he said, well, no, give me a bit more of the money, you know. But the writer, he was like, oh, he says, oh, he'll be alright, you know, he can write another 3 comics as well, he'll be alright, I've got to work on this, you know. And he was like, the editor gave him it, you know. And he was like, oh, I still don't know if the writer knows this, you know. Oh, well, never mind. You know what he said?
Yeah,
Like, he's dead funny
yeah.
when he does
Yes,
talks.
yeah.
Like,
Hey, you don't know how much of it's embellished upon as well.
well, that was also that he always had that example on, like, you know, it takes him a minute to write, you know, 1,000 Star Destroyers come out of hyperspace. Now he's got to sit and draw the fucking thing for a
Yeah.
week, you know. 1,000
True,
Star
true,
Destroyers.
true. When you put it that
Yeah,
way,
that's the way he put it.
yeah. When it's put that way, it's like, yeah, great. I love your imagination, right? But I got to actually fucking
Smeed's
come
got
up
to
with the
draw it,
goods.
yeah.
That's what you always hear from them, though.
Yeah.
Like the artists are forever saying it's all good and well. You saying that you want to see a whole Indian army chasing somebody down a big hill or whatever. He's like, but
You
end
try
of
to
the
draw a
day-
fucking
yeah.
horse.
He's like, end of the day, it's me that has to fucking draw it all. You
Is
know?
that why you think most people on your course were writers, or just that they weren't skilled?
What?
I thought you said most of them were writers. You were one of the few ones that did both.
There's quite a few in yours that did
There was
both.
quite a few.
Oh, right.
Maybe the
Maybe I
people that just
misunderstood.
did the course. I mean, it was a couple of years ago now. Maybe I've forgotten them. You know, the ones that came in and wrote essays and then went away back home. Maybe I've forgotten.
Right. I seem to recall you saying that.
I might have
the
done,
majority
yeah.
of them were writers.
There is a lot of writers in
There were a
comics.
few that just wrote. Yeah.
Cool. Have you got another question? Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just can't. I'll like to get off after this question.
Sure.
Yeah, I need to get to my bed. Well, I need to get tidied up. and I get to my bed.
Don't worry, I didn't bring any questions with me.
All right. This one is: how do the? I'll just say it as it was given to me. How do they decide on the character designs, what they look like, and things like that?
Well, I understand they do several character designs and they pick the best ones, and then over time, even the best ones change.
Yeah.
So a lot of them look complete. I know in animation they do a lot of different ones. The concept art and sometimes the best ones aren't necessarily the most popular when the fans see what the designs could have been.
I would have just thought that it was. But I would have just thought it was down to the creator.
Yeah. So when I come up with a new
But then
character,
maybe it
I
isn't,
always
I
do
don't
lots
know.
of practice sketches.
Maybe then when presented to Marvel might go, oh, you might want to tweak that, or
Oh, like with Thanos. When they were drawing up the concept art for Thanos.
originally.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the guy. It's the guy that was drawing them that came up with the idea. He had them originally as a thin man on the chair. You know how Thanos has that chair.
Yeah.
And the editor came up and looked at him and he says, "Beef him up a bit." He looked round and says, as if to say why, and he says, Look, if you're going to rip off DC's New Gods, at least rip off the one that's any good. Meaning Darkseid.
Right.
Who was that again?
So I got that one from. That's a Wikipedia
Jim Starlin.
story.
It was Starlin, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sitting going, I'm sure that was fucking Jim Starlin. Yeah.
But you could imagine the thin design would be a whole lot different from the big, muscular, bulky
Yeah.
Thanos we're used to now.
But he looked the same.
I don't think he
Besides-
did. I'm not sure. I think he looked more human.
Pumped.
I think he was more sort of human, so he wouldn't have had that sort of scroll-like chin or.
It being like
Purple
Metron on. He was in New Gods on that. He floated
On
about
the
on
chair.
that chair.
Yeah.
So he stripped him off first.
In the eyes.
Ripped that side off instead.
No pupils.
Yeah.
A lot of the time just
He was
looked
weird,
like
man.
He was. Very weird.
He just floated into scenes and was kind of there. You wanted my 2 comics before we shot?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I brought 2. I know you said 1. The thing is, Christmas comics is a big thing with me,
I know.
so I've got loads of them.
I expect
You have? How can you come up with new ones every year? You brought them other cool ones the other year that you lent us.
I'm always
Is that
on the lookout.
yours? The one that had like 4 or 5 stories in?
Oh, Christmas with the superheroes. Was
Yeah.
it? Yeah, that one sort of started me off. Well, I bought this about 3 weeks ago at the Edinburgh Comic Art Festival. Superstar Holiday Special. Right, 1980 or something.
Oh, right.
That must be
DC.
because there's DC, and on the front we've got Batman.
How much was that?
This was I think it was £3, maybe £2. Can't remember.
It's in good nick, innit?
Yeah, it's not bad. So it's Christmas versions of DC comics of the time. So there's like Jonah Hex, and they're all based around the star, the Northern Star. Each story has got that star in it,
Oh,
involved
right.
in the story. Although a lot of the time, I was laughing reading it. They're setting up the kind of abusive relationship with the father and son here, and so it's quite dramatic. And then as it gets to the end, Jonah Hex, one way or another, the star comes into it, and he says, "Yeah, there we go. See, there's the star," and he's off. Having beat up the bad guy, blew him up. Happy ending, off he goes. And then it's Batman. Wanted Santa Claus, dead or alive, right? So this is Frank Miller, I think this was. Yeah, Frank Miller drew this.
Drew it.
Yeah,
Well, with is that Steve Mitchell?
Steve Mitchell linking it, yeah.
There is rain going on there right enough, so yeah, that seems about right.
Yeah. So this one goes along and...
That is totally different Miller style than normal though.
Yeah, it did change. When he started on Daredevil, he still looked quite good.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Once he got off and did Sin City, he just let it all kind of fall apart, and
that
he
was
really
it, he
did
was
that
fucked.
black and
Yeah.
white stuff.
And then he did fucking other stuff.
So there we are. This, I did read all this a couple of weeks ago, and once
Oh,
again,
yeah.
and the star comes in. Psh, oh, but see, he's looking at the star at the end and thinking, oh, right, the House of Mystery horror ones.
Is that
What's that one? Cain and Abel.
folks, these are the characters from Swamp Thing, innit? Slash Sandman.
Oh, they've maybe used them later on.
Yeah, it looks
in
like
that.
them, yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're, at the time, this was the House of Mystery, which was like a horror anthology,
Right.
and they were the hosts of it. They would introduce the stories. So now they're introducing other stories.
Yeah, that is them.
Yeah,
100%, because that's that guy.
and then it's the war, Sergeant Rock. I like that. Looks like the calendar, 1940, bullet hole in it. So, so you're not sure when it was. It all seems to be like if you follow the star, go there and blow up the bad guys, and then it ends. So it's quite violent, you know. Like, bam! You know.
Except for that haunted one.
The haunted one was actually had imagination.
Yeah, it was just a good twist of fate.
Yeah, exactly. And then this is great. Superboy, Legion of Superheroes. I love him, Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. Sorry about the pronunciation, but he was a great Superman artist. Maybe I'm happy ending at the Christmas, around the Christmas tree at the end. Happy holidays from all of us to all of you. So that's the latest one I've picked up.
That's good.
That's 1980, right enough.
It's really
So
good.
that's nice. And then this old favourite for me, patty cake,
Nice.
Christmas special, Scott Roberts. This is from 95.
Was it you that said to me he's sitting just with a fucking ton of them in his house?
Yeah, he doesn't know what to do with them.
Oh, shit.
Throw them in the landfill.
Give him the us.
It's mad because Scott Roberts.
Scott Roberts. Yeah.
To me, he's like one of the best comics of the 90s, Patty Cake,
Mm-hmm.
and beyond. It went on into the 2000s. This is a great story. It's one of these. She really wants she wants some daft plastic rubbish toy, and she's really The first few pages she's at school and they're looking forward to Christmas, and then she gets the catalogue and looks through all the toys. And that was it. Look, oh, wow, new item. Monkey playground. And you look at it and it looks so bad. Right? And she's losing her mind. Oh wow. And in her imagination, look, all the monkeys are like winking and being naughty, and it's brilliant, amazing. Mom, look what I want. Oh yeah. And then look, ching, $399.99. Picking this up, the other storyline going along with her wanting the monkey playground was the dad has now got a project to make her a chair for Patty Cake. So it's set up quite nicely, and that he's going to make a chair for her, and he's full of it home, and he's spending months and he's getting all the right bits of wood, and she's building up her hopes for the monkey playground, and you can see how it's going.
Yeah.
And the ending of it, I actually looked through this again the day, having not read it for a while, and it was like lump my throat, man. Lump in my throat, even though I knew what was coming at the end.
Yeah.
Just the way he draws it and what you see, I was like, brilliant. And then it's quite nice at the end. He's got a wee bit like about his dad and that. His dad made him something at Christmas, and Merry Christmas, Dad. So it's just it's class, man. It's
What's
totally.
the bubble at the back?
That was like in the story he makes a wee thing, to go on. So that's Patty Cake. Brilliant. I could have brought a lot more, but I thought if I pick one that's really excellent, Patty Cake.
This one's good.
And then I cheated because to me that's new. That was
Yeah.
3 weeks ago.
But this has got some of the best.
Really nice artwork.
It's good grouping.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a wee bit of Hawkman as well.
Yeah, the hostess
Makes a safe landing.
cupcake ad.
Yeah. But to have Batman and the ghouls from that's Cain and Abel.
Yeah. They put them in Swamp Thing later on.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah, Swamp Thing. Yeah.
Because that looks like the old Crypt Keeper.
Mm-hmm. So that's the two for me that I brought. And do you know, I don't know if you saw it, but today on Twitter I just wrote, I've been asked to pick one Christmas comic, but the problem is there's too many Christmas comics, and I actually grouped together all my Christmas comic listings on my blog and then just linked to all of it.
Really?
Yeah.
To send us any comments or questions, or just to say hello, you can reach us by email at thatcomicsmell@gmail.com. We're also available on Instagram and Twitter at thatcomicsmell. Share the podcast with your friends and followers. We're available on YouTube, SoundCloud and iTunes. And don't forget to rate, review and subscribe. Thanks for listening. Our music is by Chart Smasher, aka John Adam. You can find John on Twitter at JohnEdam, and you can buy the track Dial Up on Bandcamp. From all of us here at That Comic Smell, we hope you and your loved ones have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Cheers.